Hey, Heartland fans! Welcome back to Next Scene, your ultimate home for everything Heartland, where we celebrate the love, the legacy, and the unforgettable stories that have captured our hearts for nearly 2 decades. I'm your host, Essim, and today, we're diving into something truly extraordinary. Get ready, because the moment we've all been waiting for is finally here. Yes, you heard that right. After all the heartbreak, the unanswered questions, and the years of wondering what could have been, Borden is back. In this video, we're breaking down the jaw-dropping premiere of Heartland Season 19, Episode 1, where Ty makes his long-awaited return to the ranch. It's a moment that will give you chills from the second he steps back into the lives he left behind to the raw, emotional reunions that follow. We'll talk about what this means for Amy, for Lindy, for Jack, and for every single character who's been carrying the weight of his absence. The ranch hasn't been the same without him, and neither have we. But now, the heart of Heartland beats strong again. So grab some tissues, sit back, and let's relive this powerful, unforgettable moment together. You do not want to miss this. Before we dive in, if you're new here, or if you haven't yet, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment below with your thoughts on Ty's return, and subscribe to Next Scene for all your Heartland breakdowns, theories, and emotional analysis. If you're as invested in these characters as I am, you won't want to miss any of the exciting content we have coming up. Also, don't forget to click that notification bell so you're the first to know when we drop new videos. With that said, grab your popcorn, settle in, and let's explore the unforgettable return of Ty Borden and the emotional aftermath that follows. To understand the depth of Ty Borden's return, we must first reflect on his tragic departure. Back in Season 14, Ty was the emotional core of Heartland. From his troubled past to his deeply rooted love for Amy, he started as an outsider, a troubled young man with a history full of pain and loss. Over the years, Ty grew into a compassionate, loving husband, father, and vet, fully integrated into the Heartland family. His relationship with Amy was the epitome of true love, the kind that was forged through hardship, understanding, and mutual healing. Together, they built a life, raised a daughter, and created a future. So when Ty was tragically shot while protecting a horse and subsequently passed away, it left an immense void, not just in Amy's life, but in the lives of every single character on the ranch. The emotional devastation of his death reverberated throughout the entire Heartland community. And as fans, we experienced it as if we had lost a close friend. Amy's grief after Ty's death wasn't just sorrow, it was a tidal wave that swallowed everything she once knew. Her pain was raw, unfiltered, and absolutely devastating. She didn't just lose her husband, she lost her best friend, her partner in life, the father of her child, and the future they had imagined together. And in the aftermath, Amy didn't just withdraw from the world, she shut it out completely. Every smile took effort. Every sunrise was a reminder of what she no longer had. She raised Lindy alone, pouring every ounce of love and strength she had left into their daughter, doing her best to fill the void that Ty's absence had created. But the ache never truly faded. The ranch, once full of laughter and hope, now echoed with silence. And yet, despite the crushing weight of grief, Amy kept going. Day by day, step by step, she continued the work she and Ty had started, healing horses and bringing peace to troubled souls, even when she couldn't find that peace for herself. Heartland fans across the world mourned with her. We watched her struggle. We cried as she cried, and like her, we held onto the faintest hope, however impossible, that maybe, just maybe, Ty could somehow come back. Was he truly gone? Could there be a twist, a miracle, a moment where everything changed? For years, speculation swirled like wildfire in fan forums and online discussions. But in our hearts, many of us accepted the story as it was. Ty was gone, and we had to find closure, just like Amy. But nothing could have prepared us for what Season 19, Episode 1 would deliver. The episode begins in a hushed, almost sacred tone. The familiar landscapes of Heartland stretch out before us, the golden fields, the barn, the house that's held so many memories. Amy walks alone through the ranch, the wind brushing past her like a ghost from the past. Her face tells the story of a woman who has carried the world for too long, tired, resilient, but still fighting. She's kept Heartland alive. She's been mother and father to Lindy. She stood strong, but the cracks are starting to show. And then the stillness begins to shift. There's a strange energy in the air, like the calm before a storm. Lou finds an unmarked letter addressed to Amy, with no return address. Jack, who's usually the steady heartbeat of the family, seems troubled, lost in thought. Even Tim, who rarely hides his emotions well, appears unusually quiet. Something is coming. Something no one dares speak aloud. And then it happens. A sound. A familiar rumble. The unmistakable sight of his truck pulling into the driveway. Amy turns. At first, she thinks her mind is playing tricks on her. But there it is, the old pickup, covered in dust, but still unmistakable. Her breath catches in her throat. She stares. She doesn't dare move. The door swings open, and Borden steps out. The world freezes. The screen doesn't cut away. The music fades to silence. It's just Amy and Ty, standing across from each other after all these years. Ty looks older. His face is weathered by time and hardship, his eyes heavy with secrets. But it's him. It's really him. The man we all thought was gone forever is alive and standing just a few feet away. Amy doesn't run into his arms. She doesn't cry, not yet. She can't. Her entire reality is unraveling in front of her. She whispers his name, Ty, and it's like the earth tilts on its axis. Then comes the reveal: Ty was never truly gone. After testifying in a high-risk criminal case years ago, he was forced into witness protection. To protect Amy and Lindy, he had to vanish. No goodbyes, no clues, just silence. And for all those years, he lived in exile, watching from a distance, waiting for the moment it would be safe to return. That moment is now. Amy is overwhelmed. That evening, she isolates herself in the barn, brushing down a horse with trembling hands as tears begin to break through the dam she's built over the years. Jack enters quietly, knowing she needs space, but also reminding her that she doesn't have to carry this alone. It's okay to feel everything all at once, he tells her. And in that moment, Amy collapses into the truth of it all. I thought he was dead, she says through broken sobs. I mourned him. I raised Lindy without him. I built a life on a lie I didn't even know was a lie. Her breakdown is not just about loss, it's about years of confusion, of unanswered questions, of strength that had to be summoned when there was nothing left to draw from. It's about love that never died, even when she thought he had. This moment, this raw, painful, beautiful reunion is the emotional heart of Heartland's new season. And it changes everything. Later that night, Amy finally sits down with Ty. It's not an easy conversation. There are no grand declarations of love. Instead, it's a heartfelt and raw exchange filled with pain, regret, and the unspoken understanding that the past can't simply be erased. Amy tells Ty about Lindy, about the milestones he missed, the moments of joy and sorrow, and the emptiness she felt without him. Ty listens, apologizes, and admits that the hardest part of being gone was not knowing how Amy and Lindy were doing. He never stopped loving them, but the situation he found himself in was beyond his control. The government put him in witness protection, and he couldn't risk his family's safety by reaching out to them. His return was never an option until now. Amy's journey isn't about forgiveness in that moment. It's about understanding, about finding a way to let go of the anger and embrace the love that still exists between them. She doesn't know if she can fully forgive him. Not yet. But what she does know is that a part of her heart never stopped loving him. And that's where the healing begins. One of the most poignant moments of Ty's return is undoubtedly the reaction of Lindy, his daughter. Over the years, Amy has raised Lindy to understand who her father was, a man full of love, strength, and determination. But Lindy has grown up without him, without any real understanding of the depth of their bond. She has heard stories of Ty from Amy, Jack, Lou, and others. But she's never truly felt the presence of her father until now. When Lindy first sees Ty, the scene is quiet. She's playing with the horses outside a peaceful moment that mirrors the calm before the storm of emotions that is about to hit her. Amy stands behind her, watching with a mixture of apprehension and hope. She knows this moment will change everything for Lindy, but she can't quite predict how her daughter will react. Lindy looks up, and there, standing at the edge of the barn, is her father. For a split second, her young mind doesn't register the reality of the situation. Ty is standing there, looking a bit different, older, a little worn but unmistakably him. The shock on Lindy's face is instantaneous. She blinks several times, as if trying to make sense of the vision before her. Then she calls out softly, "Dad?" The word hangs in the air. Ty takes a tentative step forward, his voice breaking as she says her name, Lindy. In that moment, Lindy's face lights up, a mixture of disbelief and pure joy flooding her features. Her legs move faster than her brain, and she runs into Ty's arms, clinging to him like a lifeline. The reunion is simple, but full of unspoken emotion. Lindy's innocence and the sheer joy of finally having her father back is overwhelming. In her eyes, there's no confusion or anger, just love, trust, and the excitement of meeting the person she's heard so much about, but never really knew. This moment, though brief, is incredibly powerful. It signals the beginning of a new chapter for this family. Ty, in turn, seems overwhelmed by the sight of his daughter, the child he never got to watch grow up, the child he had to leave behind for her safety. His hands tremble as he holds her close, unsure if he truly deserves this second chance. He holds her tightly, whispering how much he loves her, how he's missed her more than words can express. Lindy's innocent reaction is the catalyst for healing for both her and Amy. It's as if, in that moment, all the pain of the past melts away. Ty is home, and Lindy's belief in the goodness of the world is restored. She doesn't care about the years lost, only that her father is back. When Ty returns to Heartland, one of the most important reactions comes from Jack, the patriarch of the family. Jack has been through his own struggles with loss and reconciliation. He lost his son Peter and had his fair share of struggles with the Borden family. But above all, Jack is a man who understands the deep complexities of life, family, and forgiveness. Jack's reaction to Ty's return is initially restrained, and rightly so. After all, it's been years since Ty was thought to be dead, and there's a lot of hurt and unanswered questions in the air. However, as soon as Jack sees Ty standing there, alive and well, all the walls he has built around his heart begin to crack. In a quiet moment in the barn, Jack and Ty have their first conversation since his return. It's not dramatic, but there's a weight to every word spoken. Jack doesn't immediately embrace Ty with open arms. Instead, he stands tall, looking at him with an intense, almost sorrowful gaze. "You've been gone a long time, Ty," Jack says. His voice is low but full of the wisdom that only comes from a life of hardship and understanding. Ty, standing there with his head slightly bowed, doesn't offer excuses. He knows there's nothing he can say to undo the past, to fix the years he's lost. But what he can do is show Jack that he's not the same man he was when he left, that he's ready to make things right. Not just for himself, but for Amy, Lindy, and the whole family. "I'm sorry for not being there," Ty says quietly. looking Jack directly in the eye. "I never wanted to leave, but I had no choice." Jack, in true Jack fashion, doesn't respond immediately. Instead, he walks over and places a firm hand on Ty's shoulder. It's not a grand gesture, but it speaks volumes. Jack has always been a man of few words, but his actions speak louder than any speech. He doesn't need to say anything more because in his heart, he understands the complexity of Ty's situation. Jack knows that forgiveness isn't easy, and it's not something that happens overnight. But in this moment, he realizes that Ty has suffered just as much as the rest of them. There's room for reconciliation, and it starts with this small, quiet gesture of acceptance. Now, let's shift our focus to Lou Heartland's rock, the ever-driven, emotionally intelligent sister who has always tried to be everything for everyone. Through every crisis, every heartbreak, and every shift in the family dynamic, Lou has been the glue. She's the one who balanced the books when Heartland was on the brink. The one who stepped in when Amy was too broken to lead. The one who kept the family functioning while quietly setting aside her own pain. Lou's reaction to Ty's return is layered and deeply human. Unlike Amy's shock and disbelief, Lou's emotions surface in waves: joy, concern, skepticism, and a cautious kind of hope. At her core, Lou wants nothing more than to see her sister happy again. She's watched Amy suffer in silence for years, pouring her love into Lindy, masking her pain with work, and never fully healing. So yes, there's joy, pure, undeniable joy in seeing Ty alive. But Lou is also pragmatic. She spent too long managing the day-to-day realities of ranch life to let her emotions sweep her away. Ty's sudden reappearance feels like a seismic shift, one that threatens to upend the balance Lou has worked so hard to maintain. She's not just a sister in this moment, she's a protector, a businesswoman, a mother. And she has questions. Questions Ty hasn't answered yet. When Lou first sees him, she's standing on the porch, her arms wrapped tightly across her chest, not from the cold, but from the storm brewing inside her. The sun is low in the sky, casting golden light across the yard, and she watches silently as Amy and Ty lock eyes for the first time in years. Her eyes narrow slightly, not in anger, but in wariness. She's watching for signs for truth. Her jaw tightens. Her heart is racing. And then she mutters under her breath, "This wasn't in the plan." After a long pause, Lo steps forward. There are no theatrics, no emotional outbursts, just the measured steps of a woman who has carried too much for too long. She stops a few feet away from Ty, studying him like she's seeing a ghost. And in a way, she is. "So you're back," she says quietly, her voice laced with both relief and a guarded edge. Ty offers a small nod, unsure of what to say, unsure if words can even begin to repair what's been broken. Lou doesn't rush to hug him. Instead, she takes a breath, steadying herself before adding, "You have no idea what you coming back means. Not just to Amy, but to all of us." There's a beat of silence between them, thick with unspoken thoughts. Lou's face softens slightly, the emotions starting to crack through the surface. You can see it in her eyes, years of grief, responsibility, confusion, and silent hope all colliding in this one impossible moment. "We buried you," she whispers, her voice trembling just enough to betray her carefully composed exterior. "We grieved you. We moved on as best we could." But even as she says it, there's no hatred in her voice, just sorrow and a desire to understand. Because Lou knows something profound: life isn't just about surviving the hard moments. It's about learning how to rebuild when the impossible happens. And this is the impossible. Her final words before walking away are quiet, but they carry the weight of everything Lou has endured. "You've got a lot of explaining to do, Ty, but I'm glad you're alive." In that moment, Lo isn't just Amy's sister or Heartland's manager, She's a woman learning how to make space for hope again. And that's something every viewer can feel deep in their chest. Ty, knowing that Lou's words are not just about his return, but the years he's missed, nods. I didn't expect it to be easy. I just want to make things right. Lou, a little softer now, steps closer. We've all changed, but that doesn't mean we can't find a way forward. Those words capture the very essence of Heartland, the unwavering belief that no matter how broken things may seem, there's always a path toward healing, toward family, and toward love. Ty's return in Heartland Season 19, Episode 1 has stirred emotions we haven't felt in years. From Amy's soul, deep reaction, to the ripple effect across the entire family, this episode has reignited the heart of the show in the most powerful way. But now I want to hear from you. What was your reaction to Ty's return? Which character's response hit you the hardest? And where do you think the story goes from here? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one, and your insights make this community so special. If this video moved you, inspired you, or just made you fall in love with Heartland all over again, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and tap that notification bell so you never miss a single moment from your favorite series. Thank you so much for being part of the Next Sign family. Your passion, your stories, and your love for Heartland make this journey truly meaningful. I'm Asim, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Until then, stay kind, stay hopeful, and keep seeing with Next Time.